Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We're a brand new channel on YouTube. We are collectors and we've only got a few videos that we've actually done. Like I said, brand new channel, very small, practically no subscribers. And on my channel I was looking at only doing content regarding Pokemon cards, how we look at them and how popular they are, graded and in raw. And I'm going to continue to do that because I really enjoy doing that form of content. And to be completely honest, I wasn't going to do content like this. There's a lot of other creators who are covering stuff like this and they're doing it very well, and we consume a lot of YouTube content. I watch it all the time. Some of my favourite guys, they're absolutely amazing and I've learned quite a lot from them, so I didn't really want to step on their toes and start making the same type of videos as them. But the thing is, there's cards out there that need to be mentioned and they're not for everyone. So these cards aren't for everyone, and some people probably aren't interested in a lot of this stuff that I've got to offer and suggest. But there's stuff out there that I want people to know that all's not lost. Because when you see some of these videos online regarding the top chase cards, some of these cards have just gone to the moon. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I mean, under the current circumstances, yeah, it's difficult to comprehend and understand why they've gone where they've gone. But when you see cards that, for the most part last year were £20-30, and now they're £200, or £50, and now £300, it's a little bit deflating. Now, if you're new to the hobby, that is very deflating because we all haven't got an unlimited budget. Like most people, including me, a small collector, we have a budget that we work to. And we want to try and get the maximum amount of cards for our budget. And sometimes in the Pokemon hobby, there's cards that are being slept on, or cards that people aren't even talking about. And in some cases, these cards are really nice and they deserve more love. I mean, that's just my opinion. But it starts to get interesting when you look at the PSA grading side of things with these cards. Some of these cards in a 10 command big money. And it's unbelievable. Because if you're a collector like me, and you manage to pick up one of these cards for very little money, £18 or £20, wherever they are, and then you manage to get this graded in a 10, that's a significant uptick for your collection money. And you can either trade that off, or you can sell it, or just keep it in the collection, whatever you want to do. And I think it's important to show people these cards. Now, I've only got 2 cards that I've pre-selected today, and a lot of people have probably already seen these cards, and at some point these cards have had a spike. But they've come back down. Excuse me. But what's interesting is they're on the way back up. And it's unusual, that. So I've got a couple of cards that I want to share with you. And I don't ask anybody to subscribe, by the way. I'm a brand new channel. But if you do get any value out of this content, just give us a like or drop us a message. At least we know we're on the right track. Because I think Pokemon should be able to be enjoyed by everybody. And regardless of your budget. So it's not all about chasing the top chase cards. I mean, yes, they are nice, but there's other cards out there that I think we can do quite well out of as well. So anyway, I'm starting off with the Miss Magus here. Now, this has come from Paldea Evolved. So it's not a brand new set. Now, this card, already in the 1 month graph, has had quite a big uptick here. Now, for the most part, over the 1 year, it was higher than what it was now, as you can see. It's starting to creep back up. Now, will it continue on that trend? Who knows? But there's some important factors here that I've noticed. I mean, when you look at the card, it's quite a nice card. The illustration's quite nice. I mean, it's an illustration rare from the early Scarlet and Violet. I mean, we're in a new era now, guys. You know, these cards are going to dry up. I'm not saying they're going to disappear overnight, but they're eventually going to become less and less available. So when you look at this, for example, there's 149 at the minute. Now, I'm using TCG Player because it's just the best way to illustrate the prices and everything else. And I mean, I know I'm in the UK, but this is probably the best way to illustrate it, to be completely honest. But there's 149 available right now. And there's only been one sold on a daily rate. It's completely under the radar, this. Nobody's talking about it. And like I said, it's an illustration rare. And it's quite a nice card. It's quite an attractive card. And for £20, you're going to get a nice illustration rare. Now, I'm not saying run out and buy it. But what I am saying is there's potential here. And I'll tell you why. It's come from Paldea Evolved. Now, Paldea Evolved at the minute, this is just straight onto eBay, is spiking at over £300 a booster box, which is unbelievable. And we've got confirmed sales there. I mean, this one's obviously the acrylic case and stuff, but here, for the most part, it's like 300, let's just say £300, 322 quid. As this climbs towards the end of the year, because we're in this phenomenon at the minute where I don't understand what's going on. I mean, I've got my son asking me all the time, Dad, can we open some packs? I'm sorry, son, we've got nothing to open. There's no sealed product. I mean, I know the situation's different in America, but in the UK, there's nothing to open. And it's getting crazy. And this is why we're going down the route of getting single cards. So you look at Paldea Evolved and it's over £300 a booster box. Well, the more and more people see this, the less inclined they are to open the booster box. And so that could present another problem. There's going to be less and less cards available. Now, this is just a snapshot of what's available on TCG Player. There's obviously going to be cards in people's collections. There's going to be cards in card shops. There's going to be cards online. There's going to be cards on different formats and absolutely everywhere. There could be thousands of these cards left in existence, not to mention the amount of cards that are still sealed wherever. So I'm not saying it's going to dry up overnight, but if you're out and about at a card show or you see these online and it's in mint condition, or you believe it's in mint condition, it might be worth a pickup because it's a lovely card. But it starts getting interesting when you see it in a PSA 10. If you look at this on the PSA website, there's only 500 available, 532 available on this PSA website. Now that's currently, that will change daily as more cards are submitted. But if you look at this, we've got 2,327 submitted and only 532 have achieved a Gem 10. That's low. That's really low. That means that this card is incredibly hard to grade. Now, looking at these figures here, that's about a 23% success rate on this card being graded a 10. And to put that into perspective, it means that if you've got 10 of these cards, only 2 are going to grade a 10 on average. And that's pretty rough. I mean, whatever which way you want to look at it, that's pretty rough. This is a new card, straight out the pack, 20% success rate. That's low. And there's a chance when you send this card off, it won't come back a 10. And if what's important to know is, what a lot of people don't cover, if you're not comfortable sending cards off because you've never done it before, don't do it. Do some research, get a grading tool, watch some videos on YouTube or ask other people how to do it first. Get some real good confidence and knowledge behind you before you start sending cards off, because there's nothing worse than sending a card off thinking it's going to achieve a 10 and it comes back a 9 and you break even, or if not worse, lose money. It can really deflate you. And this is really the point of this video, because when you start looking at videos online of all these cards that have skyrocketed to £400-500, even me, I sit back and I think, I can't pay £500 for a raw card when there's just so much in the hobby that I really, really want. And it can be deflating. And what I'm here to say is, guys, don't be deflated. There'll always be another card. There'll always be another deal. And you just have to work a little harder at this point in time because of the way the hobby's progressing. Again, there's no sale product. We go out on weekends. We don't see anything for sale. No sale product. And the stuff that is sealed, which is very few and far between, is stuff that we just don't want because we've already collected it. We've been there. We've done that. So it's very, very difficult at the minute to get into the hobby, especially if you're new, with a certain amount of money. And it's a horrible feeling, and it's going to repel a lot of people away. But I'm here to tell you, don't worry, there's other deals to be had to keep the hobby going. So when we look at Miss Magis, and we go back to the fact that only 23% can grade in a 10, we think, wow, that's difficult. Yeah, and look what it commands price-wise on eBay. Now, I use eBay because we sell on eBay. Predominantly, I trade my cards off to my local LGS. Well, I say local, he's about an hour and a half away. But we support them because it's so important to support your local game store. And so what we do, we generally trade our cards in and get other stuff that we like. So to break it down, when you look at this, it's achieving £155. Now this is completed listings. Now there's not many, to be honest. So you could imagine that some of these are stuck in people's collections and probably will be for a long time. A lot of raw stuff here. And then we're down here, the United States, 137. So it's not breaking any records, but we're already seeing in the UK 155. Now, best offer accepted. We don't know what it sold for. Could have went for 140, 145, 150. Who knows where it sold for? But we can say with some degree of certainty it's probably going to be over £140. So back to this, if you pick it up, if you're lucky to buy it for £16, £17, or you can snipe it on eBay like we do at 3 o'clock in the morning when I can't sleep, then you're going to get a good deal. But you've got to do your due diligence with these cards. If you're concerned about the condition, you've got to ask the seller just a few more questions. That's all I'm saying. And you've got to ask for a few more pictures. Don't be afraid to do that. These people are selling the cards and you're a buyer, and have a look. And that's why we support our local game store, and we love it. We go down there and they've got a massive amount of cards for sale. And we spend half the day in there just checking all these cards out. And it's absolutely unbelievable. And you get to see what these artworks are really like. And you get a good idea of what condition's acceptable and what isn't. I mean, we've sent stuff off to PSA loads of times and it's came back a 9. And I've got the grading tools. And I've got the black lights and everything. And I check stuff over and even I get it wrong. So it's not guaranteed. There is an element of risk. And if you're looking to try and make money, you've just got to bear that in mind, that there's certain risks involved. But the more knowledge you've got, and the more that you educate yourself, the better it should be. Excuse me. So that's a Miss Magis, and a lovely card, and from Paldea Evolved. And again, who knows where that box is going to go, the Paldea Evolved booster box. It could end up being a £400-500 box by the end of the year. I mean, we've got Pokemon 30th anniversary next year. Who knows what's going to happen price-wise? I mean, again, back to PSA. Sometimes your cards come back within 3 months. Sometimes they come back within 6 months. I've had to wait 9 months sometimes for a submission, especially when there was some tariffs being put in place. I think it was nearly 9 months, 8.5 months. I couldn't believe it. But luckily, by the time I got my cards back, half of them had dropped in value, but the other half had doubled. So I broke even. Again, it's a risk. It's what you're prepared to do. Now, very much so keep this card in your collection as a raw piece. And enjoy it for what the card is. It's got lovely colours and everything. It really is a truly magnificent card. And I always say, in this hobby, buy what you want. Don't chase the crowd, because you'll get upset, especially when a card drops. You know, I mean, if you're one of these people who's checking the prices every day, you'll probably be upset. But if you buy the artwork and you buy the card you want, who cares about the price? If you're prepared to pay what you're going to pay and it stays where it is, it's fine. But if it goes up, it's a bonus. And when it comes to trading out of these cards, like my son does a lot, he gets bored with his cards after 2 or 3 months and they've gone up 20%. Well, he's ahead. And that's all I'm saying. And there's different ways to enjoy the hobby. And that, again, is this video, that there's entry points for everybody. There really is. You don't have to chase the big stuff. The big stuff and the nice stuff will come. It really will. It just takes time. It takes time. Collect what you want. And so, our next card that I've got, and I've only got 2, because I didn't want to bore everybody with this video. It's my first video, and like I said, I don't know if anyone's going to like it, to be honest, but we have the Cleffer, and this is from Obsidian Flames. So again, a nice set, Obsidian Flames, and this is early Scarlet and Violet era. So, they're not around. Obsidian Flames booster boxes are just not about. And this card, although there's a lot more of them, as we see on here, TCG Player, we've got 248 available through 127 sellers. Again, it's climbing. Now, it's plateaued there, but look at the climb here in the last month. But as you can see, we've only got 3 selling daily. So again, it's under the radar. It's not getting 20, 30, 40 sales, and it's not 50, 60 pound. This is a cheap card. This is a cheap illustration rare card. Early Scarlet and Violet. I mean, we're in a new era again, guys. I mean, in another year's time, how many sets are going to be released? And where will this card be? Will it be less? Will it be more? And I mean, if you look here at the block, I mean, we're talking here, Paldea Evolved for Miss Magis, and we're talking here Obsidian Flames. I mean, look how many sets have been released since then. Got all them. And now we're into the Mega Evolutions. That's it. It's gone. And I mean, there was a massive change here when people realised that we left Scarlet and Violet. Everyone started going mad for Sword and Shield. Don't get me wrong. Sword and Shield has always been fantastic. It really has. But it really took off when people realise that Scarlet and Violet was over, because it's that far back, and it doesn't even feel like that far back. I can't believe it. The hobby moves so fast. It's unbelievable. So when you look at this card, another little bit of a sleeper, and it has had its spikes, don't get me wrong, but look at the artwork on this. It's phenomenal. It's such a simple, beautiful card, and the colours in the night sky and how it's reflected there. It just really is. It blows me away how illustration rare cards like this are so cheap. And you'll probably find this at card shows for £15 or less. Because if it's been sat there for quite a long time, they don't get repriced. And you might pick it up for £15. But you want to know what the magic is with this? You can't believe it. In a 10, there's over 2,500 in a 10. And again, that's subject to rise. More people are going to crack packs open, rip and shippers, you name it. And when people realise how hard this is to grade, and the upside of it, I suspect more will be graded. And look at this. 2,600 out of 10,500 submitted. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So you're talking a 25% success rate. Now that's low again. 25% is low for a brand new card. But what does it look like on prices? Well, here we are on eBay. Straight on eBay, sold items, 17th of September, 17th of September, 16th of September. Now I know we've got United States here. 200, 200, 200. Best offer. That one's been allowed to run on an auction. Now I truly believe that's more of a reflective price, because that's what the market's prepared to pay for it. So 172. But still, come on guys. I mean, you buy the card for £15, £20. In the UK it's costing £25 I think to grade now with PSA. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of other grading companies out there you can use, like Ace and everything else. I'm seeing a lot of Ace slabs all over the place right now. It's your preference, you do what you want. The return rate's quicker with Ace in the UK, and that's why we use it. But it commands less money, and that's the downfall. So you sacrifice your overall value for speed. So it depends on what type of game you want to play. But PSA, excuse me, have changed actually the grading rules. It's a little bit more stricter now, so that's worth bearing in mind. And you need to do a little bit of research regarding that as well, so you don't fall into any traps with that. Again, guys, with this video, with me, what you see is what you get, and I try and help people the best way I can, because there is deals out there, and there's still hope to be had in this hobby. It's a fantastic hobby, and we just got to hold on tight, you know. We can't get sealed product, we can't buy what we want like we used to, so we've just got to work a bit harder. And if I can help you do that, I will. So I mean, if you like the video, drop us a like or leave us a comment, and I'll make more videos like this, because I'm always looking for cards to add to the collection, and maybe even grading a 10, so we can increase our collection further down the road. As I say, my son's always asking me, Dad, when are we getting more new cards? Well, I don't know, son. I don't know when the cards are going to be available. We go all over on Saturdays and Sundays. We go to your Smith's Toys and your WH Smith's, and we look online, and there's just nothing available. I mean, the stuff online is getting bought up like this. So you've just got no chance. Well, this is what's left for us. So again, back to the clever. We're getting money like this on a PSA 10. Now, this is unbelievable. 184. There's UK. 184 quid. Unbelievable. So you convert £20 for the card, and then another 25 to grade in a 10. 184 quid. It's decent. Now, I don't know if it'll stay at 184, 160 or anything like that. We don't know if it's going to go down. But under the current circumstances, it looks like it's going up. And it does take a long time for PSA to come back. So you've got to bear that in mind. It's not all plain sailing. There's a lot of risk involved, and it's important to know that. Because if you're trying to chase money, use the money to chase money, it can be very difficult having all this capital tied up. I'm more towards a collector perspective. Collect the card that you want, and if it does go up in value, that's the bonus. But there is deals to be had here if you wanted to go down this route. So it really is up to you guys what you want to do, but it's just a couple of cards here that people aren't talking about. There really are nice cards, and it won't be long before we're halfway through the new block, and these cards, they could be anywhere in price, and I don't see these when I'm down at my local game store. I don't see them. I only see them when I'm on eBay. You know, it really is unbelievable. But don't forget, about the conversion rates here, what I said about 25% converting to a 10. It's very important to know that, because like I say, out of every 10 cards submitted, only 2 are going to make it. And another thing that people don't really cover is when you see these cards, for example on eBay, which we do a lot of buying and selling on, when you see these cards, there's a good chance that the seller has already looked at these cards and thought, you know what, that won't grade a 10, I'll just sell it. There's nothing wrong with that. We all do it. But it's well worth remembering that there's a good chance it might not grade. So there is a very big risk. But if you know what you're doing, and you do your due diligence, and you use your grading tools and black lights and everything else and a magnifier, and you look at the front, you might be able to get it right. And who knows? Who knows what you can get? So that's it, guys. That's the couple of cards there that I've illustrated to you that kind of go under the radar that people are not talking about. And these are the cards that I look at picking up to build our collection. And you never know, one day they could go up in value. They could go down, but hopefully they'll go up. And that's it. So if you get value, guys, from the video, just give us a like or drop us a comment. Or if you have any opinions on the cards I've shown you, drop us a comment. I'd love to hear anything that anyone's got to say. Like I said, if it's successful and people are happy with what I'm showing you, I'll do more videos like this, because we're always searching for deals. And I'll just upload more videos. Just let us know. Right, cheers, guys.